Hello, everyone. You're welcome to another episode of the Collateral Growth Podcast. And today we have another guest as in growth and marketing space. Today we have with me Feranmi. And yeah, he'll be introducing himself. So, Feranmi, can we get to know who you are?
Hello, my name is Feranmi, and I'm a growth marketer, although I don't like calling myself that. But I'm a growth person, and I've been focused on fintechs for the past 7 years. Currently, a co-founder of a food brand called Nine Fries, and country manager at a dollar savings app called Senoa.
Okay, thank you for that introduction. So, what's your career journey like? Like, how did you start a career? How did you get into this growth and marketing space? What inspired you to even start it? Well, basically, how did your career start from beginning to where you are now?
I think so. For most people, I always say that a number of things start for us in primary school. Right from primary school, I'd always been interested in growing brands. I remember a time when we came together as friends and were deceiving ourselves that wanted to watch the World Cup. So we had something called the World Cup Kids Network. And we kind of convinced ourselves that if we gathered our pocket money, we'll be able to go for the World Cup. I think that was the World Cup in January back then, but it never happened. But that was like part of how I started to like work on building things. Also, I participated in a competition called the Indomie writing competition back then. I wrote the essay
Mm.
like 2 hours before submission, and I came out tops in school. And I just started writing from them. So it started for me with content, storytelling, using content to help brands build stuff. So I write content for the church, I write content for ideas I wanted to sell, my business. And that led me to become a content marketer at an agency called Infusion. We started work for brands like the Maryland Mall and a couple of brands inside Maryland Mall for their marketing. And from there, I moved on to join companies like Alat, Meristem, finally Cowrywise after a cold shot on Twitter. And I've been in content marketing for the last 7 years now.
So, content marketing is it different from growth marketing as well?
Okay, so let me just quickly clarify that I don't believe in growth marketing. I believe in growth, but I don't believe in growth marketing. And here's why. Growth is the overall system that helps boost adoption of a product, and marketing is the amplification of things. So
Mm.
marketing channels include content marketing. You can do paid marketing, which somehow still brings in content marketing because you need copies and content to drive paid marketing. So when I say content marketing, it's just based on the channel that I am very familiar with marketing. So that will include storytelling through your social media, through blogs, through PR, and a couple of other channels that are heavily content based. Even content can involve events. Do you understand? So everything around that is the style of marketing that I'm focused on.
Okay, so you are into the content marketing space growth. So now you are a country manager. How does that affect
Mhm.
your as or your career as a content marketer?
So when it was growth now, the only thing was what are your KPIs? Have you gotten this? Have you gotten that? But these days, they're waking up in the morning, someone is bringing HR issues to you, someone is talking about salary, someone is saying, and I just want to grow stuff. But now it's beyond that. Today, I'm a growth person, the HR person, something I'm a finance person, something I'm a partnerships person. What it has done for me though is because, like I said, growth is more of operations, is it is now putting to use all the operational skills that I've gathered over the years. Like I've led teams. Now it's more about coordinating multiple levers. I'm focused on support. How is support contributing to our revenue? I'm focused on marketing. How is marketing contributing to our revenue? I'm talking to product. How is product contributing to our revenue? So having that cohesion, even though it's something I've done in the past, it's something I'm beginning to learn more. And I think it has a good impact on my career because I wouldn't say this is the peak of my career, but this is like a new level unlocked for me to start experiencing like higher engagement with people. I mean, from country manager, there's no other place to go than higher. So yeah, it's a good move for me.
But getting that kind of role, did it not affect your like? Did you look at it as I'm a content marketer? You want me to be a country manager instead? Do I still get to be a content person in all of this, or are you just going to keep that aside and focus on being the country manager?
Okay, so like CEOs. So basically, I'm like a CEO of the company in Nigeria. So CEOs have their core competencies. You go to some companies and the CEO focuses on marketing, even though they're not the CM, but they work with marketing. You go to some companies, the CEO is heavily finance focused. Like for example, at Cowrywise, the CEO is very involved with how the finances work because he has a financial background. It doesn't stop me from doing my marketing and growth. It just means that aside from marketing and growth, I have other duties and responsibilities to other team members. So the core team I still work with most times is the marketing team and the growth team at the company. Do you get? So it doesn't affect that at all.
Okay, that's great. All right.
Hmm.
So, in your journey so far, how many years have you been doing content marketing?
I can say I started doing content marketing since 2013, so probably 11 years now.
11 years. Has there been any
Yeah.
time where you're just like, this career path is not for me, I want to change? Like, you peak of frustration, and you're just like, maybe I should do something else. Or from beginning, have you just been like, yes, I'm badass, let's keep doing this?
I wouldn't say badass, but I've just always had a flair for content marketing and brand storytelling. I've not for once said, oh, maybe I should explore paid ads. I mean, I can run paid ads, I can run other types of marketing, but content is one thing that I've just always been excited about because I've seen how it works. I've seen how it has built brands and things like that. So I've never had that doubt. I think I'm lucky to never have had that doubt, actually. Never. Yeah.
Nice. So you never I'm about to
I've
make
never.
like ask you a funny question. You never consider like maybe I should just be a house husband. I can't do this anymore.
Oh, of course, that's there now. Of course, who does not want to be a household man? Are you joking? That's the, that one is there. That one is standard. Like it's a never-ending dream to be a house husband. Don't worry, that one
Interesting.
is never
It's
ending.
standard. Okay.
It's
All
standard.
right. Okay. Okay. So what do you think are the loopholes in content marketing?
So I wouldn't even just like to say content marketing, marketing as a whole. So first, like I said, marketing just has different channels. Um, we need to understand first of all that marketing is evolving. In the past, it was you amplify as a marketer, sales does the job. But what is beginning to happen right now is the lines are beginning to blur a bit. I'm not saying that all marketing people should be salespeople, but you need to actually learn a bit of sales because as a marketing person, particularly in a B2B company, your job is to become an enabler of sales. That means how do you make sales team do their job better? Do you understand? So we tend to forget that and we want to just be independent, focus on the fancy metrics and not necessarily the bottom line metrics. So the first loophole that I'm going to say is that more marketers need to understand how they contribute to the bottom line. It doesn't need to be instantaneous. It doesn't need to be clearly direct, but you just need to understand from your marketing channel to money. So if, for example, your job is to get 200 leads for sales team to convert, what's the quality of those leads that are getting sales team? Is it good enough for them to convert about 80% of them, 40% of them? How are you tracking those things? So more marketers need to focus on how they're working past the bottom line. Permit me to swear, forget all that fancy bullshit. Like, nobody doesn't pay anybody's bills, to be honest. You need to be able to get it done by looking at the numbers. Then, now that I'm talking about numbers, another loophole that was driven by the VC craze or the VC marketing craze, like they give you money, they're like, oh, every single dollar you spend must bring this, must bring that. And I remember that we used to insult the bigger companies, the Coca-Cola, and all those traditional companies that, oh, they're spending money on this, that how is it converting for them? How is it bringing them conversions? Yeah. And the truth there is very simple. We have made a mistake of leaving brand marketing, like marketing the brand, and just focused on converting people. I always like to use an example like you want to be in a relationship with somebody, and you just make it look like, I need to date you today. It doesn't make any sense. No matter how fancy you do it, even though they might agree the first time, maybe, or you do a lot of things that are like a lot of gifts, and they agree, they will churn, but they will break up the relationship because they did not like get who they didn't like. They weren't nurtured for them to see you fall in love with you before you start the relationship. So a lot of marketers today approach marketing from that I want to date you today, throw things at them and just try to get people because we don't want to invest in brand marketing. And if you don't invest in brand marketing, there's no trust. When there's no trust, you pay a higher amount to acquire a customer. So if, for example, someone that you trust, if you see two options of a cab today, you take the cab that you trust because they are not because they are cheap, but whether they're expensive, you take them. But the guy that you don't trust will spend more money to get you to use their own car because you don't trust them. So that gap of not building trust before we start to try and get people to use our products is a very serious problem that came with this VC funding craze that we give you $1 million for every $1 million. It doesn't work that way, to be honest. So that's the second one. The third one is marketing is marketing. Content marketing, paid marketing, brand marketing, any kind of marketing that you want to talk about is marketing. And marketing is simple. Marketing is simple in the sense that it simply means we have a product here. How do we amplify this product to show everyday people that we're going to take them from A to B by making their life better from A to B? So whatever channel that you're using, marketing is marketing, and that core focus has to always be there. So those are the three things. Those are the three things that I would believe that are gaps that need to be covered.
Okay,
So
so I want to
summary.
ask you a question.
Okay, go on.
So, do you have a summary? Then I'll ask a question.
Summary. Bottom line tracking, build trust first before you start to invest in heavily paid acquisition. Then marketing is marketing, regardless of the channel. So don't fluff. Marketing is marketing. So, three things.
Okay, so you're saying marketing is marketing. So I want to ask you a question. What's your take or what's your view on celebrity marketing? Using celebrities as faces of brands or using, micro content creators to advertise your products? What do you think about that? Do you think it's a very feasible way to actually bring in revenue for companies?
You can bank on it. I don't know. There's a particular brand I don't want to drag that did that. But yeah. So we need to first of all understand why people use celebrities. The idea of using celebrities is not necessarily to convert. It is more around endorsement. Like this celebrity, at least that was the original idea. This celebrity uses these products and they've endorsed this brand. So it's a trust building mechanism. However, do I think that fintechs like regular tech companies or small scale companies should use them? No. If they're going to use them, they have to be more creative about how they use them. Putting a top celebrity on my bank's ad does not guarantee that people should trust my product because people know that that celebrity was paid to actually make that ad. So what I would say is if you're going to use any celebrity, either a macro, micro, mini, nano, whatever level of celebrity, you have to frame the engagement in such a way that it can be termed as organic in the sense that it will drive people to actually believe that this celebrity uses this product or they actually believe in this product. If you cannot do that efficiently, I don't think you should be doing this, to be honest. Then number two is before you invest in the big celebrities or anyone, compare what alternatives you can explore and see that if you explore those alternatives, will they give you the same impact or more impact as that celebrity? In summary, I feel that personally celebrity marketing um, is overstretched because people are no longer gullible to just fall for, oh, this person uses this product. No. What they want to see is something very organic. Or say, for example, a celebrity is posting on their Instagram story, I need to book a ride, and they open up Uber and they use it. They didn't tell you to use Uber. They just open it up. And then you have micro celebrities take screenshot of that story and say, oh, so the video uses Uber or this person uses Uber, blah, 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 this one down there. You build a conversation around that and maybe, let's say the video, for example, says, I'm over, I'm making you guys trend. Would you guys give me new sign up discounts? I mean, that's been planned before, but nobody knows that it's been planned, but it's well structured that way. You know? So apart from the cost, I don't think it's the best thing for companies to do because most people don't execute it properly.
I think I share that same idea, but I don't like voicing it out, so nobody will drag me. But yeah, so that's cool. Okay, so if you knew what you know right now
Uh-huh.
about content marketing, if you knew this is how big you're going to be, or how far you're going to go in your career when you first started, would you have intensified your growth level, or would you have just stayed on the same pace with your growth until to get to where you are right now?
Um, I don't think I'm big yet. I think I'm still on the road, and I hope to be bigger than this soon. However, I don't
Mm,
think I would have intensified it. I would rather even have grown at a slower pace. So one mistake that I see is people saying, I need to grow very fast. I need to do this very fast. And you grow so fast, you don't have the experience to actually manage the crisis that comes with your role. When I was at Cowrie Wise, I had spent about 4 years and people were reaching out to me with 3x my salary. Some people reached out to me with 5x my salary. If I had taken those jobs then, what would happen is I would still be on that salary band back then with poor experience and I would pick. Like I would just pick at that point because I didn't gather enough experience. But because I was able to pace myself, I gathered enough experience to work with multiple brands. And when I compare to what those guys are offering me their 5x, it's nothing compared to what I'm earning now. So I would just simply say that I would not have made it faster. If I could, I would even make it slower because there was still so much to learn. I have to start learning on the go right now as I started working like more with more in more senior roles for more brands. So I wouldn't have rushed it because that experience is really key.
okay, that's great. I mean, some people would rather chase the money than the growth, but I guess to each their own. Okay, so what's a typical day in the life of a content marketer?
Let's just say a marketer. I just said content marketing because I like content marketing. But the thing about a
Market.
marketer is that you are seeing a story in everything. You're walking on the road, you're like, I just have the cost of a marketing person. You see like a place where you're like, if you put a banner here now, you can get people to actually see this. But you forget that you're seeing it because you're a marketer. You put it there, most people will not see it like the way you're seeing it. You get. So for me, my typical day is I spend a lot of time reading random stuff, like the most random things. I could wake up and read, I could wake up and read how was Avatar drafted, like what was the process of writing up Avatar, and I pick up lessons from there. So I read a lot, and I believe a lot of marketers who read a lot, and they just pick up ideas, document. Good marketers document all the things, probable ideas that they want to try, how to try them, and whatnot like that. And before you know it, they have a full list that they never execute, probably execute 2 out of 10, and they go back to sleep. That's it, to be honest. There's really just your head is consistently trying to do something new. That's another part of a marketer. Like your head is constantly trying to do something new. I have to always like try and say, how do I find balance to ensure that I can prioritize and do things one at a time? That's why marketers and product people are always fighting. Because marketing will just come and say, we need to do this right now. We need to make this happen today, that kind of thing. And I would say a lot of marketing people don't document enough. So one daily routine that I've picked up, and I feel that more people should pick up, is documentation for marketers. Marketers need to learn how to document. So like I said, wake up, I read, take notes, get ideas, brainstorm, push some, document some, just go on. It's really full cycle, the continuous cycle.
Articles or resources would you recommend for people to read to get inspired on how to?
I read the most random things. So for example, when I was in an SEO project, I was reading something called the shoulder niche strategy for SEO.
What's
Yeah, what it simply means is, say, they call it shoulder strategy, where your product is not very interesting, but there are things related to your products that you can write about. So, for example, nobody's going to read about how to build swimming pools, but you can write about various things around pools and all like that, like pool parties, all those kind of things, and you link it to your own product. Like I brought that example because I don't read much of the things that, how will I put it, that are around my marketing work. I do sometimes. So if I'm reading like 10 things, two or three are marketing focused. The remaining seven are focused on the industry I play in. And that's one mistake that people make. We're trying so much to read up the marketing strategy, marketing that, and you forget the industry you're playing in. So I'm reading up reports about finance, reports on investment. I'm following investment people, understanding the complex things about investing, understanding complex things about remittance, and then bringing it and simplifying it and trying it to our product to build up content. So I would rather say that as much as you want to be a marketer, or as much as you're a marketer and you're working in a particular space already, grow your professional knowledge, definitely, but you also need to grow your industry knowledge. You need to understand properly that industry that you're playing. Focus more on understanding the industry so that you can speak the industry in plain English to your market, to your target audience, and bring them to become your customer. So that's what I would say. I'm not going to recommend a lot of books, but if you're going to read anything on growth, I think you should follow Julian Shapiro. Julian is Julian, and Shapiro, that's Shapiro. Julian Shapiro, or you also follow Lenny's newsletter. Lenny's newsletter is
I
more
think
of
I've
product. You
yeah.
follow Lenny, right? It's more of product, but there are a lot of growth things that happen in this conversation. Like it looks at growth from a product perspective, and I really love it. Then there's growth tactics. Growth tactics is another brand that I would say you should follow. Then also Demand Call. Demand Call is on Twitter. Demand Call, they have like very nice newsletters there too on that. So yeah, so those are the major things that I see on that.
Okay. So what's the toughest part of your career so far?
So that's part of my career can be split into two things. So three things. First is when you are lost, like you have a content block or you have an idea block. They're like, we've launched this product, let's take it to market, and you have absolutely no idea what you're doing with your life. Talk less of even figuring out how to take that product to market. It can be very scary because you start to ask yourself, is this the end? Is it that I can never think of any idea again? And that happened to me many times. So that can be scary. The second part is when you put out content, and this content is actually very good, but people are not engaging with it. So distribution is the toughest part of the job, actually. How do you distribute the content enough to get engagement? It's tough. So great content, very engagement, zero conversions, really bad for any marketing person. Then finally, it's crisis. So when you are in a crisis, for example, people that own companies don't like to accept their faults. So a customer has come out to reach out to them, and you as a marketer or you as a comms person or the growth person, you're trying to say, how do we protect the company and how do we still stay in line with the customer? So I've experienced it a couple of times, and I think I've learned well on that, but it's still always very worrying. What I've learned is whenever it gets to crisis mode, you're already in the public court of opinion. You cannot come out to defend yourself. What you start with is you look for the tiniest fault that you can accept that fault, and start off your messaging from there to say, this is what we are doing about this, and this is how we're going to do it. People will still bash you, but that way you put yourself forward to say that you are accepting them. So that was like the toughest part of my career. It happened once, and I goofed bad so badly, but I learned, and ever since, I don't think I've had any crisis worry.
Interesting. Sounds like a lot. Sounds like a lot. Okay, so what's the craziest thing that's happened in your career so far that you could not believe that this could ever happen to you?
uh, I mean, a couple of things. I don't think they're very crazy. I don't think they're crazy at all. Like tweeting with the wrong accounts or
Oh,
or pushing a campaign to the wrong audience. Like you push one campaign. Imagine you're saying that, oh, you qualify for 100,000 naira cashback. Check your wallet, and they don't qualify. That kind of thing. You get so pushing
mm,
the wrong campaign. Nothing. I do maybe because I'm a crazy person. I've not seen anything crazy that has made me shake or get very worried whenever I'm doing anything with respect to work. However, there was something crazy that we did one time at Carry Wise that even my boss was scared. So we did this fake email teaser at Carry Wise one time where we had someone send up an email, send email to all our customers, but the email was written as though they were asking Razak for approval for birthday cakes. So it felt like the email leaked to all our customers. And even the CEO then, because we didn't tell him, he was scared about like, guys, what's happening? I think, what happened to our email? I was like, oh, we're laughing. And we just now click that, okay, this guy does not really know what is happening. Because carry rights for one thing, and even say no where I work now is the independence for the marketing team to do great things is always there for them. So he didn't know about that, and he was like, people are calling him. Was there a problem? Was there a hack? And everything like that. I'm like, wow, okay. So this guy, so that also taught me about how to like go around stakeholder management in a way that, because if we had told him, our worry was that he would not approve it, but we had found a way to actually like communicate it better to him and say, let's send it to this audience first and see the reaction before we now send it to other
Yes.
people. Do you understand? So that was like the craziest thing that I know that I did.
But what was like the
That's
turnover of that though?
what?
Like the effect of doing that career wise. What
So for
happened?
the idea was, first of all, we wanted people to update their profiles on Carol, their birthday dates on Carol. We saw a jump, like a massive jump in people adding their birthday dates to their Carol profile. We needed that data. And when you're like at 10 and you're going to like 1,000 people doing it,
Oh
so it's
wow.
that kind of thing. And we had people talking about us on Twitter, like people were now doing case studies, like there were screenshots on LinkedIn, like, oh, this Carol marketing masterclass, like the organic virality that came with it was insane, actually.
No, that's crazy. It's not something I would try, but that's actually something that is very crazy. So what advice would you give people that are in this current path of marketing?
um, Show up less. That's what I would say. Show up less. It's not, I did this, I did that, I did it. What was the impact? You need to be able to show up less. Even if the working is not clear, like it's not clear, like it's not giving 100x or 10x, show workings. Because the more you show workings, the more you can show possible growth. So show workings. And it's crazy to say, chase money, but at the same time, chase growth
Mm.
because your earning potential only comes with experience. There's no way around it. No one's going to pay you more for low experience. They can pay you something that seems like it's big, but like I said, to pick you. So my advice is build that experience, gather experience, and make sure that with experience, you then are able to negotiate with others. So show workings, gather good experience, and talk about your big sense.
Okay. Show workings. I mean, for marketing, you're actually there's supposed to be actual numbers impacting what you are doing. So yeah.
People do more of impressions or stuff, but don't worry. The crazy world during marketing reports.
Okay. Do you ever this is a random question, but do you ever find your career have you ever found marketing boring? You're like, "Shh, I want to do something else. Like there's nothing exciting about this anymore.
I mean, I think I have this assumption that what happens when everybody's creativity just dies? Like, is there a time we can get to what you call like a final space where there's no work to be done and things like that? So that's how I think about it. But does marketing get boring to me? No, at all. More because everything I want to do in my life is about, like I like to cook, but I need to tell marketing stories around my food also. So I like the idea of telling stories. It doesn't get boring. It just gets even more challenging. It doesn't get boring.
Okay. 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 But do you see yourself in the nearest future, let's say next 5, 10, 15 years, still being in the marketing space, or do you think you're going to expand to something else?
Oh, definitely marketing, to be honest. Still marketing.
You're
I'm going to be
100%
marketing. Yeah, I'm going
beat
to be
your chest.
marketing. I'm going to be
What?
marketing a food business idea. So it's still marketing.
So, okay. Okay, so I think I'm done asking you like the tough, serious questions. So the next set of questions I'll be asking you are more chill and relaxed.
Mhm.
So yeah, what's one new thing you learned this week? Or yeah, this week.
One new thing I learned
You learned
this week. Nothing,
you did
actually.
not learn anything. That's not possible.
What
Because
did you
growing
learn
up,
this week?
what did I learn this week? A lot about I just can't remember on the spot. But
Exactly.
actually
So that's why. So if I was to say that I learned anything, I learned about how why Dangote needs to keep on importing crude oil from the US and how it really makes sense for him to import from the US for now. So I learned that.
so you see, you learned something. You said you didn't learn anything.
Mhm. I
See,
did.
growing up, my choreography trainer when I was young he used to tell us that if you're not learning, you are dying. So it's not possible that you're not learning anything. Even every day, you're
I
learning
agree.
something. Yes,
I agree.
yes. So tell us three fun facts about you, apart from the fact that you cook, by the way, because that's way too obvious and you're a marketer.
I cook. I make burgers, but I don't like burgers, so that's one fun fact about me.
Okay, so we're going to scrap that out and
Well,
let's try that again. Because how will you say you don't like burgers? Like, who says that? So let's do this. Three fun facts about. I said fun. I said fun
okay.
facts, and I don't like burgers.
Okay, fun fact. I don't know if it's a fun fact, but I have never left Nigeria in my life. People think I have. I've never left Nigeria. I've never been to even Benin or Ghana or anywhere. I've never left Nigeria. Um, I speak a bit of French from time to time. I speak a bit of French, and I keep learning about French, I believe. And I love gardening. I really love gardening too, because I want to own a garden kitchen in the near future, where like I open a house, very small housey restaurant, and I have a garden of people there.
Interesting. Well, I can't garden because leaves on grass make me sneeze. So
Ah, I see. I see. Correct.
yes, I also neglect them as well. So let me just stick to what I can handle, which is human beings, people operations. Yes. Okay, and then the final question. Describe this podcast in 3 words. Your experience so far in 3 words.
Friendly and impactful. That that's what I'll say. Then also, after friendly and impactful, I'll say that it is a hot seat actually. Like it's very calm, friendly, but you're throwing your questions gradually. I just throwing them, and I like that actually. So that friendliness, that impactfulness, and how like still, in all of that, you're still standing on business. So,
Yeah, standing on business because marketers stress products people out. If people do stress,
like I just spoke about it. It's okay. I just spoke about it. And I already advised how marketers stand.
like sometimes when you guys come into your ideas with products people, like make sure that something's user friendly, especially for the products we're working on, so that there's a middle ground. Because sometimes it's just what you're asking for is too much. It's too
I
much.
agree. I agree, to be honest. And we need to do better. That's why, so one thing I always do is I document these days. I mean, when you and I work together, I'm sure I didn't document much. But I did document actually. I did
Yeah,
document.
share some documents to me. So yeah, yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
I document.
Sometimes
But the problem with documentation is I think marketers don't know how to prioritize. Everything is urgent.
exactly.
There's nothing like this can come later. This must be done now. So that's the only problem. So,
Which is a problem because then you now want us, and when we prioritize for you people, it's not seeming like we're the bad guys. So
fair enough, yeah. Still the bad guys, but allow.
not products people are the nicest people ever. Actually,
Okay, I'll not argue.
yes, we are. So please, if people should make work easy for us and prioritize as well. See me, we're
Yeah.
prioritizing. So yes,
Mm-hmm.
thank you. We'll come to the end of this episode, and it was fun talking to you and learning more about marketing because before now I was just like this set of annoying people. You guys are legal and compliance. I don't know who's more annoying, but yeah, you all are under the same umbrella. So for me, thank you for your time. It was lovely speaking with you, and hearing about your career journey. And I really hope other people in this space that probably feel discouraged or feel stuck in their careers will hear this and, be able to pick up and be better in what they do and, can use as a testimony to that. So thank you very much for your
I
time.
hope
Do you have any
so.
last words
Thank
for
you.
us?
Um,
Okay. Okay. Thank you guys for tuning to this episode. I hope it was helpful for you as it was for me and insightful. All right. See you guys in the next episode and bye.
bye bye.